Hello and welcome to this Google Hangout where we're going to be previewing the upcoming game, the FA Cup match between Manchester United and Preston. I've got three guests with me again to discuss the game, and we're going to first talk a little bit about Louis van Gaal and whether we think it's his faults that especially our away form, performances have been really bad. So I'll go to you first, Angel. What do you make of it? He's come under a bit of criticism because of the performances have been really poor lately. Even though we've won some of the home games lately, the performances have been very bad, and we could have lost some of them. Do you think it's quite a lot of the blame's got to go to Louis van Gaal, or
Well,
not?
personally, I think that Louis van Gaal has done a decent job. He's got us from seventh place last season to third now, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's been criticised a lot. I mean, the playing style we're playing is very negative football, sideways, backwards. But, if you look at under Moyes, he didn't have a plan. He didn't have a philosophy. Van Gaal has a philosophy that he's trying to implement. I think he hasn't got the right players to play his philosophy that he's talking about. I think maybe we should go in for Hummels definitely in the summer. Maybe Strootman. I don't know. Maybe it's because of his injuries. I'm not sure. And definitely someone like Marco Reus to add a bit of flair as well. But I think, yeah, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if you've got anything else to add on that, Kevin. Do you think he's really come, because he has come under a bit of criticism lately? I know it's not maybe all his fault because he said the injuries and that haven't helped, but the performances aren't really that great, are they?
Yeah, I think the criticism mainly has been because of the performances. They've been really, really, as Angel said, really negative. We've been playing a lot of sideways backwards passes. It's Moyes-esque. It's almost like watching us of last season, just with a bit more supposed stars, like the Falcaos and Di Maria, etc. But we're in a higher position in the table. And for me this season, I think what he's looking at is he's playing a lot of cautious football, and it's being mistaken, or it's the same thing as negative football. He's really just trying to grind out results and just get points on the board and get us into European qualification. I'm really hoping that from next season we play some really nice football, and the priority just get that third place or get European qualification, and hopefully add the FA Cup as well. But I think he's just being cautious really because he doesn't trust the team he has at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's been a bit negative, especially away from home, and he's more sort of looking for points away from home just to try and consolidate that fourth or third spot. I don't know if you've got anything else to add on it, Joey.
Well, I think he has to come under a little bit of blame, but not all of it is his fault. This is all being media driven. They're writing the articles. Van Gaal we've gotten the most points out of any team over the last 15 games, and if they print that, it's not going to sell papers. So of course the media has to drum it up, and then the fans get irritated because the performances haven't been there. But it's a cautious style of play, and that cautious style of play is just up to third in the table. And I was thinking about it. We've lost 4 games this season, but we've been in every game, whether we've drawn it, won it, or lost it. I don't think we've lost by more than 1 goal. We could have won every single game we've played this season, and that's a lot different than it was under Moyes. There's games under Moyes. Liverpool 3-0. Everton we lost 1-0 at home. City 3-0 back. It was like that stretch. So I mean, it is very different under Louis van Gaal. But some of it's the players. A lot of it is his team selection. You can't go to West Ham and play Di Maria, Januzaj in the midfield. They're too lightweight. With Rooney, Rooney's not a midfielder either. So I think some of his team selection has been, and that's the most disappointing thought because, he's supposed to be this guy who's got the balls to drop anybody. And we see that Van Persie and Falcao keep playing and not producing the goods. And their movement has been pretty terrible these last few games too. And I think that has a lot to do with the performances.
Yeah, definitely. That really sort of brings us on to our next point about Radamel Falcao, and he seems to be a bit stubborn to change his tactics and players' positioning and stuff like that. He did drop him a while back completely out of the squad. Do you think that now it's the time to probably take him out of the team, because it doesn't look to me as though he's really performing at all to his ability, and we've got a great young player on the on the bench and James Wilson?
I think he should, but now he really can't unless he plays one striker this weekend because he's not going to move Rooney out of midfield. And Van Persie's picked up a knock. He's unavailable Monday. So if he plays two strikers, he's going to have to play Wilson and Falcao. And I mean, that's something we kind of wanted to see a few weeks ago after the QPR and the end of the QPR game when they were linking up pretty well and creating chances for each other. But if Van Persie was healthy, I would have dropped them both, to be honest, because they've both been terrible over the last few games. It just hasn't, Falcao couldn't hold the ball up for more than a second. His first touch was off, and I think the pressure's really getting to him. And with Van Persie too, I don't think they're performing. Why not give Wilson a chance? He has something to prove, and I mean that's something that can only benefit us if he's running his ass off and doing every little thing he can. And I think a lot of it is Rooney too. Rooney needs to go back up top. I'm sick of the midfield Rooney. Like I said, he's just mediocre. He floats through the games without being too influential or doing anything too terrible or risky, and I just don't think it's a good fit him in midfield. And that's where I'm disappointed in Van Gaal too. Like I said, with his selection of players.
Yeah, I really do think that now's the time that Falcao should be dropped. I think his performances just aren't good enough. I don't know if either of you two, Àngel, have you got any thoughts on that? Do you think Falcao should now be dropped from the team?
Well, I think, seeing as Van Persie is ruled out unavailable on Monday, I think James Wilson, he stretches the defense and he drops in deep to collect the ball, I think, so he can play in behind. Obviously, he's playing alongside Falcao, but he can act as that, supporting striker with Falcao. I think Van Persie and Falcao personally can't play in the same two, because they're both two number 9s and they occupy the same spaces. Sorry, yeah. That's why I think that, I don't think Falcao should be dropped against Preston. I think he should play alongside James Wilson.
Yeah, we were saying that the other week that we thought them two should be given the chance. And I've got to agree there. I think that Van Persie and Falcao don't really work very well together. So it is an option. I don't know if you've got any more thoughts on this, Kevin. We did touch on that, I think, a couple of weeks ago, that we thought Falcao and Wilson would maybe work better.
I mean, I can only reiterate what the other two have said. We all know that the Van Persie and Falcao link up, it isn't there. It's not working. They're too similar player. You expect it, to be honest. So I think they both need a runner behind them. Be it Rooney or James Wilson, both of those two players are going to do a lot of running in the game. Maybe Wilson will do it quicker than Rooney, but you know what I mean. So I'd like to see Rooney pushed up front again. I mean, I was the one that supported this whole midfield thing. I wanted to see if he could do it, but he just can't. He can't do it at all. He's been ineffectual at midfield, and he's just giving the ball away, etc. He can't do the job there. Put him back up front. He's the captain. Put in his best position, and get the team moving forward, because that's what we desperately need, to get the team moving forward. And hopefully you'll see Wilson on Monday. It's FA Cup game. It's all about dreams, etc., etc. So hopefully we can see him on the pitch, because I don't see why he hasn't got the chance. I don't see why Falcao and Van Persie do just on merit and what they've done in the past. Give Wilson the chance to let the boy play.
Yeah, definitely. I think he should be given the chance, but it seems that Van Gaal's a bit stubborn to play in the other two, Van Persie and Falcao up front, and wanting to stick with the Rooney in midfield, because he probably thinks that it is eventually going to work, but it doesn't seem like it is, and he just wants to keep trying it until it does work. Now, I don't know if any of you three have got any thoughts on the team news on their side of the on Preston's side, because I don't really have a lot to say about Preston. I think they're fourth in the League One, so they're roughly about the same as MK Dons were when we played them. Sort of roughly the same sort of team to them, and we obviously lost convincingly to them, so we can't take this game lightly. I don't know if any of you three have got any thoughts on their team, anyone that could cause us problems. There's only, I see, 2 players that have actually got over 10 goals for them this season. I don't know if any of you three have got anything to say. Joey, have you got anything maybe?
Well, they got the leading scorer in the FA Cup, Paul Gallagher, so I think, obviously you want to look out for that. But, for the most part, if we go there and we play our game, which we haven't done, we should be winning no problem. But we've seen it at Yeovil. It took us till late. We had to have a replay against Cambridge. Anything can happen. And if they really want to win this competition, they need to pull their heads out of their asses and start playing like a team, because it won't be. If they lose against Preston, it will affect us in the Premier League, because the confidence and the heads will drop, and then Van Gaal will really be questioned, because this is a game we should be winning, no problem.
Yeah, I don't really see them causing us too many problems. You've named the only real main player that I think that probably could cause us problems. Gardner's got, I think he's their leading scorer with 13, and Gallagher with 10. So besides that, I don't see we should beat these really quite easily. I don't know if either of you, Àngel, if you've got anything else you want to say on Preston, or Kevin.
I just, Gallagher, I think, he might cause us a few problems, seeing as we've got an absolutely shocking defence anyway. I think Johnny Evans, I don't want to see him in a Manchester United shirt again. He's awful. His passing, his ball retention is awful. I don't know why he plays. Rojo, he's not a left back anymore. He's a centre back. I want to see him at the centre of the defence with Chris Smalling. Yeah, I want to see Chris Smalling play. I think he deserves it. He scored the 2 goals against Burnley. He deserves to start.
Yeah, I can really only see that him really being the main one. I don't know if you've got anything to add on to it, Kevin, or you can give us your lineups if you want instead.
Preston, I don't see, like I've said in my previews a lot on my channel, in when we're playing teams like Yeovil and Cambridge, etc. This is a game we should be winning easy. There should be no doubt in our minds that, about us winning this game. Again, the only real problem in this game that we should have is ourselves. We are bloody Manchester United, for God's sakes. We're playing the League One side. We should be going and walking all over them. And the fact that we've even got a slight bit of doubt in our mind, it just sums up where we are at this moment in time. So for me, there's no excuses about anything. We should be going there, walking all over them, and going into the next round. To be honest, simple as, no matter what team we put out. They get paid enough anyway. The team, so I'm gonna go for a 4-3-3. This is the team I'd want to see. David De Gea in goal. McNair right back. I think he played really well. He played well against Burnley. He did good there. Smalling and Rojo centre backs. Smalling, he got his 2 goals. He's scored 3 goals this season with 3 shots, so arguably should be up front. Bring in Luke Shaw. He's back from suspension, so let's get him into the team. I'm not sure where Blind is, whether he's injured or not. He put something on Instagram or Twitter saying he felt much better, so he feels much better, so he's good enough to play. I'll put him DM. Hopefully, will probably be Herrera Rooney in central midfield, but I don't really want to see that, but I'll put those 2 there. Hopefully Herrera's there anyway, alongside Wayne Rooney, to give him an outlet and allow Herrera to spray the balls properly, and Rooney can take some notes on how to do it if he's going to be playing in the midfield role. Januzaj and Di Maria on the wings, Januzaj on the right, preferably Di Maria on the left. I think Januzaj and McNair linked up well against Burnley. And Wilson up top. Let's see what he can do out there by himself, running around as a lone striker, as the number 9, and see if he's cut out for it. I think he'll do well if he does play. That's my team.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys have got any slightly different team. Mine's sort of similar to that. Apart from, I'd probably bring Juan Mata into the team. But apart from that, mine's pretty similar to his. I don't know if you've got any different sort of team, Joe.
Yeah, it's funny because you were talking about Smalling, 3 goals with 3 shots, and how many goals does Falcao have? 4? So Chris Smalling has almost as many goals as Falcao. That's terrible. I went with a 4-4-2, flat 4 in the middle. David De Gea, McNair at right back, Smalling, Rojo, Shaw, Di Maria on the right, Blind and Herrera in the middle, Januzaj on the left, Wilson and Rooney up top. I feel like that team should be able to get the business done. You have Blind, Blind and Herrera, who not only go to the back line to pick it up, but they also link up play between the strikers and the defense. And those two I think they need to play together in the middle. Wouldn't be mad if he went with a formation that he went with in the second half against Burnley, the 4-2-3-1 with Blind and Herrera in there. But I bet he doesn't start Herrera. I bet you he'll start Rooney over Herrera in midfield, which will be retarded. But we just need to get out and we got an early goal against Burnley and it made a big of a difference to me. So I would like to see another early goal, and then you can play your possession, dictate play, and really, we should be winning this comfortably. But I don't know. I think we're going to be on the road, so I think it's going to give us trouble.
Yeah, our away form hasn't been very good. I don't think he's going to play Wayne Rooney up front, as you said. I would go probably going to go. I'd say probably going to play in midfield again. I just can't see it. I would go for Herrera, but I'm not sure either if he's going to play either. But I don't know if you've got anything else to say on the team news, Àngel. If you want to see any different players play or anything else in this game, because our away form hasn't been great.
I'd probably play pretty much the same team as the others, but I've gone with a 4-4-2 diamond. Obviously, the best keeper in the Premier League, David De Gea, number 1 in there. But Van Gaal, for the banter, he might just put in Valdez.
Yeah, he might get a game at some point.
Just might have to put in Valdez. Right back, McNair, Smalling, Rojo, Shaw as my back 4. Then holding mid, Blind. I'm gonna go with Rooney, Herrera, I think Di Maria in the hole, and Wilson and Falcao up top. But I think he won't play Herrera because I don't know what Herrera's been doing. Maybe he's been a naughty boy, I'm not sure. But
Yeah, I'm not too sure there, but it doesn't look like he's going to probably start him. I know he did come on the other day to feature. If obviously Daley Blind can't play, I'm not too sure what he's going to do. Whether he's going to probably put Wayne Rooney in there or not, I'm not too sure. I don't know how you guys see this game going. I'll go at you again, Àngel. What do you expect? Are you expecting sort of a comfortable win in this game? Because it should be, shouldn't it, really?
Well, this season, away from home, I mean, we don't look like winning games. I mean, West Brom, that equalizer from Blind, West Ham as well. I mean, Yeovil. But I still expect to win. We're Manchester United. We should beat them. But, this season, our defense problems with the defense. I think, it won't be easy because we're playing away from home. But I think I'll go with 2-0 Manchester United.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it'll probably be about 1-0, maybe 2-0 victory. I don't know what you think, Kevin. Think it's going to be that easy or more easier? Or?
It really depends. Like Joey was saying a couple of weeks ago, I'm pretty sure it was him. It was about United playing up to the occasion almost. We seem to have play up to the teams playing against. We're playing Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, etc. The team really goes for it. We're all fired up. We play some proper football. Then we're playing the lower team. They seem to be playing this negative, poor, keep the ball, plus it backwards. It really, for me, depends on which team turns up tomorrow. If it's a team that normally plays against the big teams, we'll walk all over Preston tomorrow, on Monday rather. But yeah, it really, for me, it depends on what team turns up. Whether it's a team that shows Preston a little bit too much respect, or whether it's a team that goes there and says, "Look, we're Manchester United, you're Preston. We're going to put you in your place. Shut up, be a good boy." But hopefully it's that, and I'm going for a 3-0 victory. And I just hope we keep a clean sheet for once. God damn.
Yeah, what about you, Joey? Have you got anything different, really?
Yeah, that was me a few weeks. No, I mean, well, yeah, I do, but that was me a few weeks ago. I said that we played down or up to our competition, and it goes back to what I said in the beginning of this video. We've been in every single game. We could have won, drawn, or lost every single game. We haven't been blown out this season, and that comes down to, I don't know what that is. We just need to play our game and assert ourselves and start playing like Manchester United and stop playing down and playing to the occasion. But if Rooney starts tomorrow up top, I think it'll be 2-1 Rooney brace. But it's going to be interesting because Van Persie's got the knock. Rooney's been playing in midfield. He's going to have to play Wilson and Falcao hasn't been the same. And there's just a lot of storylines going into this match. It's going to be really interesting. We could be in the quarterfinals, or we could be playing a replay or knocked out. Anything can happen in the FA Cup, so don't sleep on Preston. Do not do that.
No, definitely not. Well, as I said, I'll probably go for around sort of 2-0 scoreline. They might even nick a goal, but I've got my doubts whether they will. But it's not the end of the world if we did go and get a silly draw again, because at least we could take it back to Old Trafford again and most likely, well, we'll probably beaten quite easily there. What I really hope for is to get at least one, maybe two early goals, and then just play it out really.
No squeaky bum time. No twitchy asses.
Yeah, if we can just get a couple of goals and then just play it out, and maybe rest one or two in the second half, ready for a more difficult game against Swansea. I don't know if any of you got anything else you want to add before we close it up.
I just wanted to comment on. I was thinking about this earlier. Last season, our away form was the best in the league, and then we go to second worst. And our home form last year was terrible, and now our home form this year is good. And I don't know what's going on with that. That's a mental thing, or the tactics on the road. I have no idea. I would really like to know. But then I was just thinking about what the hell else was I thinking about? Oh, last season, a lot of the problems was our midfield. We were asking for these forward passes. Remember last year we had Cleverley, Carrick. Nobody would pass the damn ball forward. Now we have players like Blind and Herrera who will pass the ball forward and create chances. One, he's not playing Herrera, and he's playing Rooney in midfield. And two, the forwards over the last few games aren't moving around enough. They're just standing still and getting in each other's way. It's just crazy how football can be, man. Because it just feels like a few tweaks, and we could be winning the league. Just a few tweaks.
Yeah, I think he's being a bit too cautious because he doesn't want to get beaten in some of the away games. I think that's a bit more on the problem. Have either of you, Àngel or Kevin, got anything else you want to add before we finish up?
Nope.
Got anything else to say, Àngel?
Yeah.
I think, well, number one, as a priority, we need to fix our defense. Whether that's buying someone, or we need to invest in a new centre-back defense.
Yeah, definitely. The defense could be improved. We haven't got the best of defense, and they seem to be passing it more sideways.
That's the thing. It's not even the defending, because the defending is okay with David De Gea. It's being able to pass the damn ball, because Phil Jones and Chris Smalling, they're okay defenders, but they're terrible on the ball. If we had somebody like Hummels who's a ball-playing, we need a Rio Ferdinand, somebody who can play the ball out of the back, because you see him want to play the ball possession style and not hoof the ball down the field off the goal kick.
Yeah.
So, I think that's what most of it is, because, we don't have a terrible defensive record. I know that's a lot of that's Dave, but...
Yeah, he has helped us a lot this season and saved us in a lot of games where we probably would have let a lot more in. Have you got anything else you want to add, Kevin, before we finish up?
Nothing much. It's just I'd like to see the team play and being able to do the basics correct. I think we need to start doing the fundamentals properly. Simple passing, controlling the ball, holding the ball up. These little things that you're taught at the age of 2, or these international footballers getting paid I don't know how much a week, wearing the United shirt. It's the first half against Burnley was bloody. It was terrible, and they just didn't know how to pass the ball to one another. Falcao couldn't control the ball to save his damn life. So I think it's the movement, it's the passing, it's the confidence that needs to come back to the team, and they need to know what shirt they're wearing and what team they're playing for. And hopefully we'll be back on where we need to be, challenging for titles, etc., etc.
Yeah, we definitely need a better performance than that one against Burnley, because I don't actually quite know how we won it. Well, just through the set pieces, really. Otherwise, we'd have probably lost. Anyway, I'll put everyone's links to the channels and everyone's Twitter accounts in the description below. Thanks to everyone for watching, and we'll probably be back again after the game on Monday to talk about how it went and that. So thanks to everyone for watching, and see you all soon.